Okay, let's talk about what happened at the Gorge this weekend. So, Subtronics had a show with Griztronics, and there was allegedly lines that were taking 7 to 14 hours just to get into the camping. That doesn't include entry into the venue itself. People have also said that it took 3 to 5 hours just to get into the venue. If you've never been to the Gorge, the venue's wonderful, but they have a camping area, and then they have a venue area where you actually see the show. And once you're in the show, you can't leave and go back to your camping area. It's not like a lot of small festivals where you kind of like roam around. Okay, so what happened? A lot of people are speculating that Live Nation and the Gorge are both dealing with a lot of lawsuits. There was a shooting that happened at Beyond Wonderland a few years ago, and there was a settlement that just came due for that in February. There also has been an antitrust lawsuit against Live Nation. So because of that, there's been speculation that they're trying to cut down on costs, and by doing so, using things like less security, less ticket administrators to get you in through the lines and things like that. But what we saw was just totally unacceptable. And I think that this is ultimately a problem with a company like Live Nation. If you're using a company like Live Nation, they're always going to put profit over the value. They want to bring as much profit to their stockholders and as much profit to the, CEOs, the boards, all that stuff as they can. And they care very little about the experience of the people going to the events, because ultimately they are the big dog in town. So I think a big learning lesson out of this is, one, if you're Subtronics, if you're Grizz, if you're these large artists that are doing these festivals on your own, you should definitely use your own ticketing service, and you should start to think about how to incorporate having more control over your events. You should work with people that have experience doing these things, work with promoters, and ultimately try to take more control over your events. Because if you're using a third-party service, ultimately they are going to have control of the outcome. Second, if you can't do that, you should have a team of people that are talking with Live Nation and stuff and making sure that that is ready to go before the event occurs. Subtronics is huge right now. I think that a big thing is that he has such a following that there's probably such a huge influx. The Gorge has never even seen an influx of people like this before. And I think that also has a lot to do with it. But that's no excuse. The Gorge is a huge amphitheater. They have a lot of experience with events like this. They've been doing this for a long time. This is unacceptable. Now, what are they doing to take care of this problem? They said that they're going to be refunding all of the camping admissions. I have seen a couple posts floating around saying that they're doing this so that they can avoid lawsuits. So if you're considering taking legal action against Live Nation, which hopefully people do, Live Nation really needs to be pushed out of our community. We should not be using Live Nation. They have been fucking people over for as long as I can remember. But see how you can go about doing that. If it goes automatically into your account without your control, I would say that don't touch the money. Set it aside if you can. If you can't, that's understandable, but set it aside if you can, and potentially talk to a class. There will be a class action lawsuit for this. No doubt in my mind. There will be a class action lawsuit immediately after this. So keep your ears open for that. Subtronics Grizz came out and made an apology. I think that's great. I don't think this is their fault. It's just, it's just something that hopefully their team can recognize, that next time they do something like this, they just need to have more communication with how things are being ran. I'm cutting out. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. But a lot of this stuff was sourced online through NPR, things like that.